Hey guys, what is up? It is the Fast Break Report here, bringing you guys another vlog, and the Indiana Pacers finally did it. They traded Caris LeVert to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Ricky Rubio, a 2022 first-round pick that's lottery protected, a 2022 second-rounder via the Houston Rockets, and a 2027 second-rounder via the Utah Jazz. I'm gonna be honest, man. This isn't like the most ideal trade. I was hoping for something to build towards the future here, whether it was like Isaac Okoro, maybe Cedi Osman. I was hoping for something else in a trade for LeVert, or LeVert and get Cedi Osman in a first rounder, or Isaac Okoro in a first rounder, just something, right? And then I heard the reports that the Pacers wanted 2 first-round picks for Caris LeVert, and I was like, well, that's overvaluing the fuck out of him. But they actually kind of got that. It wasn't like, they didn't get exactly what they wanted, but they came pretty fucking close. Ricky Rubio is a guy that's not going to get re-signed, okay? Pacers are not bringing him back. He's not even going to play a game for the fucking Pacers, I don't think, because he's injured for the rest of the season. The first round pick is lottery protected, so it'll be in the top 15. And the second round pick this year is via the Houston Rockets. That'll be within the first, I'm assuming, the first 5 picks of the second round. So that's a pretty high second round pick. So they kind of got what they wanted, 2 first rounders, essentially. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but not what I was expecting either. As far as from the Cleveland Cavaliers side of things, they're getting pretty much a bona fide sixth man, or a guy that they can plug into the starting lineup. LeVert is a very versatile player. He can play the point, he can play shooting guard, he can play small forward, but he's not like some crazy, all-star, superstar caliber player. I think he's like 27 years old now. Cleveland is, 31-22 right now record-wise, so they're in the playoff hunt. And adding LeVert to that roster, I think, gives them a little bit of shooting that they were missing. Another secondary ball handler that's not Rajon Rondo. It gives them something. It gives them something to build upon, because they're going to make the playoffs this year. And they needed a guy like LeVert. They needed a guy who, can do a little work, behind the arc, and, do a little bit of shot creating and stuff like that. So LeVert was a good pickup for them. They have Evan Mobley, Kevin Love, Jared Allen, Darius Garland, Colin Sexton is out. So it's like, you need to put something next to Darius Garland, and they gave him Caris LeVert. So I'm going to be interested to see how the Cleveland Cavaliers utilize Caris LeVert. Are they going to bring him off the bench, or are they going to start him? I would assume they're going to start him, but there's always a possibility for that to change. Maybe he comes off with the second unit and is like their primary scorer. That's kind of what I would think they would use him as, maybe. I don't know. It's a very weird situation right now in Cleveland, as far, because Isaac Okoro can't fucking shoot. So it's like, do you put Isaac Okoro in the starting lineup and then bring LeVert off the bench, or, put Isaac Okoro off the bench and start LeVert, and then make it so your second unit only has like Cedi Osman, who's not even a bench player. He's a starter, I believe, for the Cavaliers at small forward. But it's like, you need some shooting on your bench, and the Cavaliers just don't have it. So it's like, okay, getting LeVert at least adds that to their roster for them. But I don't know. Very interesting trade. As far as the Pacers go, this was a very interesting trade, and at the same time, it's like, okay, we're definitely rebuilding at this point. Mostly because Herb Simon, the reason I say this is because Herb Simon came out and was like, oh no, like it was like a month or two ago, the owner came out and was like, no, we're not tanking. And it's like, well, what the fuck are we doing then? You know what I'm saying? Like, none of the guys on our roster are overly valuable other than Sabonis and the rookies that we're not trading. Miles Turner's good, but I tend to think he's overvalued. He's really good on defense, but that's about where the train stops on Miles Turner. He's like a 3-and-D center. And Sabonis is a bona fide all-star. I'm sure you could get 2, maybe 3 first-rounders for him if you were really looking. But it's just the idea, man, like, the idea that ownership seems to think that, you can continue to be a middle-of-the-pack team and that's okay, is a real issue. One thing that I think NBA fans need to realize is there's no such thing as just being a middle of the pack NBA team. You're either really good or you're really bad, right? Like, you're either contending or you're not. And the Pacers are not contending, you know? And at this point, it's just like everybody's been asking for a rebuild. Kevin Pritchard, the GM of the Pacers, wanted to rebuild this team 4 years ago, and ownership wouldn't let him. And now it's like you don't have a choice. So, you know what, man? It's about time. Because the culture in Indy is shitty. Free agents don't want to go there. We were last in attendance this year, which is pretty much the only reason they're doing this, by the way. That's the only reason the Pacers are rebuilding, is because we were dead last in fucking attendance. And the Simon family only cares about ticket sales. They don't give a fuck if we're a playoff team, if we're a shitty team. As long as we're selling tickets, that's all that they care about. And the idea that we're not selling tickets now, all of a sudden now they're like, okay, now it's time to do something, which is kind of a shitty mentality. I would think if you were, if I were an owner of an NBA team, I'd want my team to be good. You know what I'm saying? If they win a fucking NBA championship, that ups the value of the fucking team. I don't know why you wouldn't want your team to continue to do well, but either way, they have no choice now. So this puts all those rumors to rest, and congratulations to Cleveland. You got yourself a solid player. And the Pacers, well, let's hope we don't fuck up our draft pick this year. So, or our draft picks this year, because we're going to have quite a fucking few of them. So, tell me what you guys think about this down below in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your guys' opinions on this. A like helps me out. Subscribe if you guys want to see more. This has been the Fast Break Report, and I'm out of this motherfucker. Peace, guys.